Good morning, good morning, do 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 do. Good morning to you. Good morning. Some of you guys I know by face, some of you guys I just know by name, and some of you guys, and here I am saying you guys, it's so funny. Some of y'all are, sort of like imaginings. But when I'm really welcoming you. I'm sincerely I have all sorts of people and affection in my head. And it's a real treat for me. It's amazing that I can feel that so viscerally. So hopefully y'all can too on the other side of this little apparatus that's connecting us. Let's see. Today is a Woopsie Daisy story. So for anybody who's new to a daily dose of joy, a Woopsie Daisy story is magic. It's building the habit of shifting our brain from a negative bias to a joy bias. And humor is like the express ticket. And so when inconveniences and shenanigans show up in your life, being able to laugh at them and then being able to take it a step further and tell somebody about how it turned out to be funny. Something that was embarrassing or uncomfortable and then soon over time, the brain, what fires together, wires together. The brain starts making an association between mishaps and missteps and humor and laughter. Is that awesome or what? Because they happen throughout the day, they happen throughout life. And it's a very different chemical response in the brain to laugh or to be alarmed. And so instead of producing the negative neurotransmitters in our brain, we can produce those positive transmitters. Dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin, and endorphins. Dose. And so it also is a wonderful social lubricant to learn how to share stories. There's profound benefits to storytelling for our brains and for our connection to other people. So give them a try, either on our microdosing hotline or here with me. You can just listen to mine and then go take it out into the world and tell it to your mom or your dog, just whoever. Start your storytelling wherever it feels fun and comfortable for you. Retell it to yourself in the mirror. Make yourself the center of the story. It's all good. There are no hard and fast rules to this. Just to enjoy yourself and to tell a story. All right, so today's stories are about kids, some kids' stories. And the funny things that kids say. Oh, Lord, the funny things that kids say. That's a gold mine. And you can use that as a prompt. Let that just float around in your head and think about the surprising things that kids say. And you might be surprised at some stories of your own that float up to the surface. So, let's see. Oh, I'm thinking of curse words. Yes, I won't use them here. But, every now and then kids come up with some things. Or adults say things that they didn't intend in front of children. And my son, when he was about 12, brought home a card game for a family dinner night. But it was just mom and dad and Charles and I. And we were playing cards and Charles was like, oh, y'all got to play this new game with me that I've learned. It's called BS. And it's a game where you're looking at your cards and you're bluffing about what you have in your hand. And, and so it was very fun to play in our family of storytellers and lawyers and people who, have some skill in that area. And so we're playing. And my mom gets on a winning streak. And because also part of how you win is you call out somebody when you think that they're bluffing. And so she's doing really well. She's catching my dad left and right because they are like two sides of the same coin. So she apparently could read all of his tells. But as she gets excited, she's having fun in the game and she's playing with her grandson and he's laughing all of a sudden in the middle of the game. So BS is short for an expletive. Go Google it if you're not familiar. Suddenly in the middle of this family game night, my mom calls out, instead of calling out BS, she calls out the expletive. My son and my mom is a not demure, but she knows propriety. Like I've heard her use swear words a handful of times in my entire life. My son's eyes bugged out so big, and he's just like, Nana, what did you say? And without skipping a beat, she said it again. I was like, Mom. And at this point, she's having so much fun with her grandson. Oh, and the more that I protest, the more the two of them get all into it. And so Charles, every round, is like, Nana, say it again. Say it again. Nana, say it again. And then sometimes she would, and sometimes she wouldn't. The whole thing was absolutely hysterical. And then further on out, almost every time we're playing games together, Charles was like, let's play BS. Let's play BS with Nana. Oh my goodness. Oh gosh. And it was a fun car ride home too, because we have a semi-playful rule that if an adult slips and uses a curse word in front of the kids, well, the kids can have one time that they can say one cuss word. So Charles on the ride home was like, bubbada, 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 bubbada. Thrilled himself. And my hope was that, okay, he just burned through that one. He's heard that phrase enough now to last him a good long while. Okay, so, oh, that was a good one. And then that reminded me, though, of when he was really little. And I think this one is not that uncommon in, 1.5, 2-year-old, 2.5-year-old kids. But he was really into trucks, and like every construction site we went by, if I had time, I would pull over and we would identify all the heavy machinery. He just loved it. It was a source of many an afternoon's entertainment. And we live in an in-town urban neighborhood when we're not at the family farm. So there's always construction going on somewhere. Sometimes we go out for a walk and just look for it. And so it was the source of a lot of his first words. And he could do backhoe, and I can't remember some of the other words that he had early on. But one of the ones he really struggled with was the basic word truck. Just that one came later. But his first version of it was truck, but with an F. And that's just the way it sounded when he said it. And so, everybody in our family and immediate surroundings kind of didn't blanch, like translated it in our heads, Oh yeah. Then one day we're out in the neighborhood and there's this construction going on, and there is a huge truck, like somehow jacked up tires and stuff. It was red. And it was at a church in our neighborhood, and we were there on a Sunday walking through this construction area just as the congregation is letting out of the church. My beautiful, young, big-eyed, big-smiled child is yelling at the top of his lungs, pointing and saying, bleep, 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 bleep. I'm trying to, yes, that's what it is. What about that? Bird, tree, shiny object, anything. He was undistractable. He could not shift his focus. It was just bleep, bleep, bleep. Truck, but with an F, yelling it to the entire Sunday congregation that's coming out of service. Oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man. The things kids say. They say the darndest things. Oh. So, yeah, share with me, you guys, if you have funny kids say the darndest things stories. I would love to hear them. One of the wonderful things about Woopsie Daisy Stories is passing them around. So feel free to share mine, share ones that you have from your childhood. Just keep it going, keep it going. Keep dosing our brains on the fly throughout the day, creating a new baseline in our lives for joy. May today surprise and delight us. I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow. Bye.